Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Friday Night Showcase at Ari's Tavern. Thank you so much for coming out to see the show. Wow. Very, very cool. Thank you so much. I'm not going to host the show tonight. My name is Eugene Kenny. I normally host the show. Oh, thank you much. I love you. Right on. I normally host the show, but I won't be hosting the show tonight. I'm going to run the cameras in the back, but I did want to come up and bring up your new host. He's going to be hosting several of the shows from this point forward. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Ben Adams, right there, right there.
And keep that going for Eugene Kenny and yourselves for coming out tonight. Thank you. Oh, man. This is exciting. Listen, guys, this is a big day for me. I discovered recently, after years of experimentation, my new very favorite sex position of all time. Everyone, of all time. I like to call it the Jehovah's Witness. Yeah, it's just when you do it on someone else's front porch. It's exhilarating. It's very exciting. A lot of things happen. You know, lawyers get called, etc. You know, it's after years of experimentation, and I have a lovely woman in my life right now, but there have been a lot of bad apples, so to speak. Like the last one, oh God, you know, like she gave me a gift for my birthday, which she thought was very thoughtful. She gave me a box of condoms ribbed for her pleasure for my birthday. For my birthday, who does that? This is a little high, huge. So Mama didn't raise no fool. I figured it out. I kept that box. I printed a new label for it. And for her birthday, I gave her an empty box of condoms, not there at all, for Ben Adams' pleasure. I win! Well, she was selfish, too. Like, she used to holler out her old boyfriend's name in bed. Ugh, right? That's awful. And you know what? I think she's still in love with this Is It In Yet guy. And I tell you what, if I ever meet him, I know. That's cool. About myself, guys, for my day job, I am a carpenter because I majored in English. Thank you. Yes. Life choices. Don't do that one. It would be a good, if I have any advice for you. Anybody here go to Metro College? Yeah, getting your degree on Colfax. That's a good call. It's clever. That is intelligent. I love my English degree because it tells all my potential employers that I can read. Yes. I've been a carpenter for some years now, and over the years, I work with a lot of rednecks and a lot of Mexicans, and they don't always get along. Go figure. You know, it's weird, you know, like these rednecks, man, they're particularly not fond of our Latino amigos, which boggles my mind. You don't have to be a construction long to learn. Mexicans, y'all, fucking amazing, okay? Amazing. They can build anything faster than me, which is why I think there should be more Mexicans in charge of the space program. We would have been to Mars by now. You know what And you know you can fit 3 times as many astronauts in every space shuttle. That's an asset they bring to the table, everybody. That's a underutilized resource. You know, that's when I started my letter writing campaign to NASA. That's Spanish for NASA, guys. NASA, necesitan más raza. Woo! They never wrote me back, though. I don't know what's... I am from the South. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. I moved here a few years ago, and I would just like to send a message to all the crunchy granola crusaders trying to save the world one bumper sticker at a time. You know these people. You either are these people or you've been behind them in traffic. And you know what I'm talking about. All these people who are like taking a stand, like $3 worth of a stand that they put on the back of their fucking Subaru. Like I saw one in my neighborhood. My other car is a bicycle. No, it isn't. It is not. That's not how machines work, everyone. That is, Listen, I ride a bike all the time, okay? All the time. The white man took away my driver's license, whatever. I got some shit going on. I'm handling it, right? I don't have a sticker on my bike that says my other bike is the bus. You know what I mean? That's not how machines work. Or I saw one a lot like it in my neighborhood. My other car is the Klingon battle cruiser. Okay, all right. Translation, my other penis has also never been touched by a woman. That's right, yeah. I love the one the feminists all have on their car. Well-behaved women seldom make history. Translation, I fuck on the first date. Yeah, that is how that works. Although the one that makes me the angriest, though, the worst that I see is fucking Colorado Pride bumper stickers all over, like the one that says native. Every one of you assholes that has it, I don't believe you. You know you're from Iowa. Get the fuck out of here. But if God isn't a Denver Broncos fan, why are sunsets blue and orange, bruh? And I know it doesn't actually say bruh on the bumper sticker, but it's implied. You know what I mean? It's pretty obvious. Let's see, why would sunsets be blue and orange? Science, stupid assholes, wavelengths and such, the spectrum of visible light. That's dumb, everyone. That's dumb, all right? That's like saying, if God's not a Wesley Snipes fan, why is space so black? You know what I mean? I don't know. Guys, I don't want to waste your time because we've got a lot of great comics, so that's going to be all I'm going to do up front. My name is Ben Adams. Thank you very much. This first comedian, he's a good buddy of mine. We've been doing comedy for a few years together now, and he's wicked clever, and he's all over the place, and he's unlike any other comedian you'll see in that they're all individual people. So please start clapping right now for my buddy Jason Wasoki, everybody. Let's get it on.
All right, thank you. Ben Adams, everybody, give it up. Come on. We put our hands together and we clap. That's how it works. All right, I got my joke Bible here. It says, I hate people on it. That's how I feel about people. Generally, we're a shitty species, am I right? All of you are people. I'm a person. I hate me. It works all ways. So that's the theme of the show tonight for me, is how I hate people. But let's talk about the Bible a little bit. Who here is into crossfitting? Huh? You guys heard of crossfitting? No. You're at Ari's Tavern on a Friday night, wolfing down fried food. You have no idea what crossfitting is. Crossfitting is a fitness trend that's sweeping the nation, and people are really psyched about it. They've actually turned it into a religion. In my neighborhood, where they're in shape people, it's called the Church of the CrossFit Jesus. And people are like, Jason, dude, Jesus was the original CrossFitter. You got to know that, man. He had shredded abs. You've seen pictures, right? I'm like, how do you know Jesus was the original CrossFitter? And they're like, duh. Fucking guy fit on a cross. Perfectly, by the way. He did. All right, we've got a tight anal retentive crowd this evening. I'm sorry I offended all of your religions. Jesus didn't exist. All right. This blew your mind, people. Right? Where's the gravestone? Where's my DNA evidence? I want CSI on this shit. People ask me, Jason, you're pretty in shape. How do I know if I'm too fat? It's a good question, people. Here's how you know if you're too fat. If you put your hand on your hip, sort of lean to the side, and you either lose a ring or find some chicken, you're too fucking fat. All right? So as you leave Ari's Tavern tonight, check for chicken and rings. You could either be rich or have a nice snack. I'm married. I have kids, which is good for me. My gene pool's being passed on. You're welcome, humans. Here's one thing I've learned, though, about having kids and being married. It's really hard. Congratulations. She just spilled her beer. That's awesome. It's really hard to have sex with kids. Not literally, you fucking weirdos. Jesus. I mean, like when you're married and there are children in the house, it's hard to have sex with them around because they interrupt shit. Here's an example. I was on vacation with my wife in a tropical area because I'm rich. And we were going to Pound Town because that's what married couples do about once every other month. And I was hitting it good. We were 10, 15 seconds into it and hitting my sweet spot. And I hear what should be the biggest boner-killing phrase of all time, which comes from the children next door in the bathroom. They're taking a bath. They're small. They can swim. They're fine. Mommy, Sawyer pooped in the bathtub. And so I have a dilemma, right? Do I let my beautiful angelic children swim in literally their own sewage, or do I finish? Ari's Tavern, what do? Fucking finish, yeah. That's right. And the look on my wife's face was the same disgust as though she was swimming in her own filth. You're welcome, honey. That was the greatest 13.7 seconds of her life. I'm pretty sure. Could have been 15 seconds. I don't know. I wasn't keeping track. But once you have kids, your entire job in life is not to fuck them up. Like, that's your sole existence, right? And if you think about it, like, the miracle of childbirth is pretty amazing. I mean, I'm a man of science. I understand how it works. But from a science level, it's amazing. You've got this tiny blind fish swimming in this dark cavern the size of Texas. Relatively speaking, my wife isn't that loose, people, okay? But it's just swimming blindly, and hopefully it bangs its head into like a giant glob of gelatinous goo. And within 2 weeks, after it throws up inside, you've got this giant devil eye and like a spiny tail. Like something, if you saw it in your kitchen, you would stomp it and kill it. That's what like the original zygote looks like. And then 9 months later, it's a beautiful angelic human. But if you've ever been in the room during birth, it's sort of like the movie Aliens, right? Where the giant alien's mouth opens up and the other little alien mouth comes out. That's what a child coming out of a vagina looks like. And there's goo spilling everywhere, and if it gets on you, you get burned. It's like acid blood. It's fucking weird. Maybe that's just my wife. I don't know. But I've got scars from like vagina acid on me. But from that point on, like you're like, oh, this is a great precious thing. But really, your only job is not to fuck it up, right? So what do? You're like a rapper in a strip club, just making it rain, just throwing money at that thing so it doesn't end up sucking dick in a Kmart parking lot when it's 18 years old, right? All right, so when your son is like, I want a G.I. Joe! I want a G.I. Joe! You fucking buy the G.I. Joe. Because if you don't, he may be sucking dick in a Kmart parking lot, and it's your fault, Dad. That's on you, Dad. Like if you would have bought him the G.I. Joe, maybe he'd be a happy little kid, not sucking dick for 5 spots and a little bit of meth. So I am buying a lot of G.I. Joes right now. That's all I'm saying. A lot of Barbies, too, because girls suck dick, too. My daughter's only 7, not yet, hopefully, as far as I know. When people have kids, they don't want to screw them up, so they do everything they can to prevent that. One of the things that people are doing right now, they're red-shirting their children. Anybody here, by a round of applause, have you heard of people red-shirting their children? No, you haven't. Okay. Let me explain the concept to you. When you are redshirted in collegiate athletics, you don't play competitively your freshman year, so you can play when you're a sophomore, junior, senior, and then a 5th year. The concept here is stupid people with terrible gene pools are holding their children back on purpose so that they can be, I don't know, in 5th grade have a hairy chest and a giant cock. Apparently that's the concept. But here's the thing. Tweedledum and Tweedledee procreating with a gene pool about the depth of the baby pool isn't going to automatically increase just because your kid has a beard in 5th grade. He's still going to be stupid. And if we learned anything from the Lilliputians is that it doesn't matter how large a person is, little people can take them down. I'm sorry, that's a literary reference that flew right over your heads, people. All right, little people, fuck it, Gulliver's Travels. Go watch the movie. It's starring Jack Black. You'd enjoy it. Here's the thing I know that is true about my kids, is that they're geniuses, right? Everybody says their kids are smart. I know my fucking kids are smart, and here's how I know my kids are smart. My daughter, my son, I'm putting them to bed. And in our house, the rule is you got to lay down and pay attention to the story before I'll read. And my daughter, who's older, was complying, but my son wasn't. And so I said, Sawyer, lay your head on the pillow, please. And he wouldn't. Sawyer, lay your head on the pillow. Wouldn't. Then I grit the teeth. Sawyer, lay your head on the pillow. He wouldn't. My daughter, sweet little lass that she is, 6 years old, pipes up and she goes, Sawyer, lay your head on the fucking pillow. Oh my God, she's a genius! That is the perfect use of the word fucking, exact spot of the sentence. She conjugated the verb. I am passing on great genes. You're welcome, America. I'm Jason Wisoki. Ben Adams, everybody.
Jason Wisoki, everybody. Because I know more about nerdy stuff than sports. When he said red shirting, I thought he was talking about the Star Trek version of red shirting, which is like if you're on an away mission and you're wearing a red shirt, you're not surviving that episode. So when he said he was red shirting his kids, I thought he was like picking which one is gonna die a senseless and tragic early death at a young age. But that's only because I know him for years now, and that's the kind of judgment I would make about him. Okay. All right. Oh, guys, this is very exciting. One of the great things about Eugene putting on the showcase, he's been really good to a lot of young comics in the area. And tonight you're going to be seeing somebody doing comedy for pretty much the first time. Isn't that exciting? Isn't that very exciting? Yes. Yes. Because one of two most probable outcomes are going to happen. Like, two things could happen, right? Like, one is they'll be great, and you'll be like, oh, I remember when I saw Nate Watson at Ari's Tavern for his first time. Or he'll eat a fat bag of dicks up here on this stage, which is obviously our preferred outcome, so we can just laugh at him more than with him. But the beauty of this is that this next young man, he's so unblemished by all the filth that comedy dips you in, just shit, just buckets of shit. Because, ladies and gentlemen, he's not even old enough to drink here, everybody. This is very exciting. The fresh young face. Start walking up here right now, Nate Watson. Please start putting your hands together right now for my new buddy, Nate Watson, everybody. Woo! Go get him. 10 minutes.
All right. Do we have that bag of dicks going in the back? Because I think it's going to go that way. Did anyone bring it? Did we forget it? All right. Thank you, everybody. It's great to be here. How's everybody doing tonight? Good? Good. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I got woken up really early in the morning. Some really loud crash outside my house, but I figured it was just another plane going missing. So I didn't really worry about it. Just another one. It's probably the Russians again. Wasn't really concerned, but I was on the way here today and I saw a truck driver talking on his cell phone, like a semi-truck driver. You may have seen them. They're on the road sometimes. And so that was a little concerning to me, but it looked like it was okay. He looked like, maybe he was talking to his parole officer. He looked like that kind of guy, chain smoking, cigarettes or cigars or whatever he could find behind the gas station. And, so he looked like the responsible sort, is what I'm getting at. And speaking of which, I don't have a segue for this joke, so I'm just going to go straight into it. I just got a new stereo in my car, which is nice. It's okay. I'm poor. I'm young. I got a shitty stereo. Judge me. But what it does have is it has this cool feature. It's called Mix Master. I wasn't really paying attention because that's not what I bought it for. But it's this really cool function. It comes automatically. It's already turned on. It'll already do it when you turn on the radio. What it does is you plug your phone or your iPod or whatever it is that you're doing in, and it starts the song about 30 seconds in, and then it'll go for maybe 45 seconds, and then it'll make a little DJ noise error, and then it'll go to the next song, which is really nice if you have ADD or you're doing coke while you're driving. It's really useful for, things like that. I think they're trying to get it installed in more cars. I think it's going to become standard after a little while. So yeah, I was at Cabela's the other day. Have you guys ever seen the new Cabela's way down on Ridgegate? Anyone seen the new Cabela's? Huge hunting store. All the rednecks flocked from miles around to get to that store. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen the guns section of that store. It's a whole wall. It's bigger than Walmart, and it's just a whole wall filled with every gun you could ever not need for any situation. But my personal favorite was it wasn't like a sniper rifle. It was a sniper rifle. It was about 7 feet long. It had like a scope the size of a Monster can and like a flash guard. I don't do guns, I'm scared of them, but it like a thing on the end of the muzzle that was like the size of my fist. And you know, I thought, yeah, that seems a little overkill, but what if you're out there, you know, hunting deer, whatever it is that you're hunting, and you know, suddenly a tank comes by? What are you going to do then? Then you have your huge anti-aircraft gun that is about 7 feet long on your back. I figure you could use that, you know, in case you're hunting in Ukraine. Whatever it is that you're doing. It's a free country. What's next? See, he has his little Bible. I have the Notes app on my phone. So this is something weird that happened to me the other day. This isn't a joke. You don't have to laugh. It's just the weirdest. I'm gonna end with it because it was the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me. But I work at a coffee shop because you know I'm young and we can't get good jobs, so we have to work selling fat people things to help get them fatter. It's, you know, we're paying our price to society. And so I work in the coffee shop, and you know, we usually get the run of the mill, the business people going to work, getting their coffee and all that. But one day, a guy came in. He was like nobody I've ever seen before, and I don't think he's like anybody I'll ever see again, because he was so high that he got angry. It was like he was mad about how high he was, and he was getting frustrated because I don't think he knew where he was. I don't know. I'm not sure if he knew what town he was in. But he wanders into the shop, and he's just really mad. He's mad at everything, and he's especially mad at me for some reason. And so he asks me, he kind of comes up swaying a little bit, and he's like, "Do you guys have any water here?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, man. It's over there. It's just by the stuff that they put in coffee, the creamer." And I've only worked there for a year. How am I supposed to know what it's called? And so he walks over there. He walks past it. He walks past the water, and he stares at a chair. And he looks at the chair, like with a very heavy look of contemplation, and then he leaves, and he just walks out the door, like he forgot what he was there for. He suddenly remembered, you know, he had a meeting or something like that. You know, he was wearing his backwards hat and the sagged pants, so I figured he was going to something important after that. And I thought that was it. I thought that was the end of our relationship. I thought I'd never see him again. But 10 minutes later, he comes back in the shop, and I didn't know that it was possible, but he looked higher than he did before. And you know, his eyes were like the red that you see on the sides of barns. He looked like Satan in like teenager wear, you know. And he wanders in again, and he's like, "All right, so where did you say the water was?" And I was like, "All right, man, the water's right there. I can touch it from here. I can reach out behind the bar and I can touch it. It's right there." And he goes and he walks. He almost gets it. He comes. He like grazes it, and then he walks into the bathroom. And then, so I see him staring first at the women's sign, and I think he's getting to understand that little triangle means it's not for him, and so he moves over to the next one, the men's one, and he's looking at it. And no, it's not really quite what he's looking for. Again, so he comes back out to me, and he's like, "All right, man. So I'm not getting where the water is." And a guy I've known for about a year now, he's a regular at the shop. His name's Monty. He gets up, and he grabs this teenage. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. That really added to the act. And he grabs this boy by the shoulder. He's like 65. He grabs this kid by the shoulders and he leads him over to the water like he's, like a drunk teenage girl trying to find a toilet to throw up in. And leads him over and he gets his water and he glares at me like this is my fault. All of this pain that he's gone through for the last 30 minutes. And he put that on me. And it was all my fault. And I felt an overwhelming sense of like pity for this guy. Because, he had to make these choices to get there in life. And, he probably had issues at home. His parents, they probably didn't talk to him much. It's a rich neighborhood. So, they probably weren't too poor. But, I actually don't have anything to make that funny. That's it for me. Thank you very much.
Pretty good for his first time, huh? Nate Watson, everybody. Let him hear it. I mean, he even handled his first heckler with grace and manners. You did that so much nicer than I would have been like, hey man, fuck you, shut up, or something, which is rude. I've been known to be rude from time. So you did it better than I did. And to the guy who started heckling, once was good enough. That one worked out. In the future, it won't, All right, listen, ladies and gentlemen, this next comedian, he just moved here from Dallas, Texas, where he worked the Improv Club and the Backdoor Comedy Club. Gay Comedy Club. It's not really. I just wanted to say that. I mean, it's called the Backdoor Club. What do you want from me? Anyway, I seen him the other night. He's a wicked funny dude. Paul Smith, everyone. Get loud.
Give it up for Ben Adams, people. Hell yeah. Nate, was that your first time, dude?
That was my third time.
That was your you know what? Give it a round of applause for Nate. Can you come up here and give me a high five, Nate? Hell yes. Passing of the torch. We're doing it Olympic style, guys. That also, right there, empirical evidence, white people cannot refuse high fives. That just happened. Like, don't ever go to a Journey concert with your hand in the air. Your hand will get ripped off. Okay? Oh, man, guys. Paul Smith, what a confusing name, right? Right? For the yellow men you've ever seen. Paul Smith, and I hated my dad for years, okay? A Korean dude's head on a Viking's body. Like one that hasn't pillaged for years, guys. It'll be great. They will call me. I would be the best Korean Viking ever, okay? I would be Korean with it. I wouldn't rape and pillage villages. Mead Hall, boom, like the Korean folks do. Make some time off the Vikes, am I right, guys? Yeah. No, guys, yeah. I just separated from the Air Force. That's about, yeah. I guess the further north you go, the more applause I get for saying that. Because in Denver proper, it's silence. They don't like the fact I was military. But yeah, I was in the Air Force, guys. And when I enlisted, I wanted to have a cool call sign. I wanted to be a pilot. I saw the movies. You saw the movies. I wanted to be called Maverick. You know? I would have even settled for Goose. But since I'm Asian, it would have been Duck. Like two Asians flying in the sky of a goose. Duck, duck, goose. Boom, let's get it. Asian Pun City. That's where I'm from. No, like I remember the conversation I had with my father before I enlisted to the Air Force. Because my father is a 20-year Army vet, retired. Hell yeah. I got the fist pump from obvious Army dude over there. Oh, you will get no whoas from me. Sorry, sir. But yeah, my father, retired Army, I go up to him, he sits me down, he's like, look, Paulie, you don't want to join the Army. Life is gonna be tough. You're gonna fight in wars, you're gonna deploy. You wanna join the Air Force. You'll get a desk job, you'll never leave, and Paulie, it's perfect for you, because you can continue being a pussy. Sign me up, Dad, right now. I love being the vagina of your eye. I do. It's a great time, guys. Oh, you guys are lovely. Yeah, man. So I lived a storied life. You know, it's tough being a gigantic yellow, but it's cool, you know? And a buddy of mine asked me at the bar, he's like, Paul, don't take this a racist way. Like, can you tell the difference between the other Asians? And I was like, you know what? 90% clip, Japanese, Chinese, Korean, I can tell. He was like, Paul, but what about like Cambodians and Laotians? I was like, oh man, they don't count. Like anything west of China is jungle Asia. Like, you know, we acknowledge they exist, but they haven't done shit for us today. So they're like the Betamax of Southeast Asia. You guys feel me? Feel me on that one? Yeah, like the Asians, we hate each other even though to all of you we're indistinguishable. It's weird, right? And it's a weird thing, and it's not, we're not born with that hatred, okay? It's learned. I didn't Lady Gaga my way into hating this, okay? But I will tell you one thing. When I was a kid, I learned it. My grandma came in, I was watching TV at night. She's like, Paulie, turn on the lights. I was like, why, Grandma? I can see a TV. Turn on the lights. What are we, fucking Chinese? And I don't even know what that means. Till this day. All I know is that I fucking hate Chinese people. Like, mission accomplished, Grandma. It works. Learn this shit out of that. My man hates the chinks too back there. All right. I can say it. I got the eyes. Boom. It's fine for me. It's like the N-word for the Asians. I can say it. But you guys can't. Because I will fuck up your taxes if you do. Oh, man. Yeah, so I'm a divorced gentleman. I'm 32 years old now. My sexual libido has regressed, guys. And my sexual libido is kind of like the opposite of a Pringles can now. Because once I pop, the fun stops. It is over. Like, don't touch me, bitch. Like, can't we just watch Dexter and fall asleep like normal people, you know? But I had a lovely wife. This is all like real life stuff I'm gonna tell you. These aren't bits, this is real stuff, guys. My ex-wife, she is full Mexican. This is real. Her name is Sandra Centeno, okay? And now she's my Mexican wife. And we had a very traditional Mexican wedding. It was a gala affair in the parking lot of the Super Walmart. Because I saved a lot on invitations because her family was already there, you know? Right next to the Budweisers, like, right where they need to be. But by the way, great sponsor for the show, Huge. Good stuff. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I got $25 for that. No, like, you know, we got divorced and marriage was going okay, but I started, like, hating half of my shit, so I was like, you take it, all right? Just divorce, go ahead and take it. But there were bright spots in the marriage, guys. I have a son. Yeah, thank you, guys. And I was cursed with an extra vanilla name like Paul Smith. So I made sure my son would have the best name possible. And this is real. I will show you Facebook photos of his birth certificate. His name is Rocco Flash Smith. Fuck yeah. Soak it in. Soak it in. Yeah. Because, like, he's either going to be the pro athlete of the year or the gayest interior designer ever. Like, he'll be the best at something, goddammit. Either throwing footballs or sucking dicks. Daddy's proud of you. But the weirdest thing about Rocco is that, you know, when my ex-wife was pregnant with Rocco, I thought I was going to make this hybrid creature the world has never seen, okay? Because I'm half Italian and half Korean, and she's Mexican. But what happened was, I made a Filipino from scratch. Like, I thought he was gonna come out looking like a lightly seasoned Jet Li. But he came out looking like a tiny Manny Pacquiao, guys. I gave birth to a jungle Asian. That's what happened. All right, guys, that's been my time. You guys are lovely. I am Paul Smith.
I told you. Told you. All right. This is also very exciting. This next young man, I saw him get to do his comedy for the very first time, and he killed. And this is at least his third or fourth time doing it now. He's a regular here. You guys all know him. My new buddy, Michael Martich Jr., everybody. Bring it on. Let's get it on!
Thank you, Ben. Pretty amazing. How's everybody doing? They're drunk. Everybody's drunk already. This isn't that hard doing comedy. 4 shots, 7 beers. Fuck, I feel great. So basically, I got to jump on board Nate with my first heckler because I just had that recently. And I'm passive aggressive. I do not like conflict. So, shut up. So, pretty much, I'm a 17-year veteran of the military, still in. I do that shit for the applause, so. All right. So basically, my first heckler, I like to tell a story or pretty much a little bit about how men do not drink wine. How many guys here drink wine? Okay, put that shit down. Can I ask you a question? Why do you drink wine? Right on, that's less gay. So basically, pretty much, you know, I do the whole bit how men don't drink wine. Are we catching on to this shit? Okay, no, it's no. The only time men drink wine is pretty much if we, run out of cough syrup, rubbing alcohol. And I know when he went to France to drink wine, he's to hook up with the ladies, right? Oh yeah, because it's the only fucking time it's allowed. So I get done telling this story, and as I'm telling the story, I got a group of guys that are in the audience, and it's a nice place in a lower area shithole of Denver. And it's about 4 or 5 bikers. And one of the bikers gets tremendously upset. And I mean, he's pissed. Real men can drink whatever the fuck they want. I'm like, hey, back off. I'll get to the gay jokes in a minute. Which calmed him down a lot. So I finished my bit, got off stage, went up, pretty happy with myself, because anytime I'm on stage and I don't throw up, awesome. So he approaches me and he's like, look, I don't appreciate you hacking on guys. You know, back in medieval days, men drink wine. I'm like, but that's all I fucking had. We've moved on. Whiskey, beer, we've moved on. We've graduated. So I said, look, man, if it makes you feel better, I was kidding the whole time. And, you know, the military is now allowing gays in, so maybe your club will too. I don't know. And I just want to say thank God that his buddies thought that shit was funny. Because they all went back to the bar and they're laughing and they bought me a beer, and went back with the other comics and was like, he's gonna fucking kill me in the parking lot. Because all bikers have guns. So, I'm going to roll into something real quick because Ben brought up that on my first time I did this, I told a story from when I was over in Iraq. And in Iraq, when I was there in 2003 and 4, it was the war, it was MREs. You guys all know what MREs are, any military folks? It's a shit in a bag. What's awesome is you can actually eat everything in the bag, and then when you're done, you can poop in it and then burn it. So the government saved some money, kind of, somewhere there. So this is kind of scary because there's actually a couple of people here who are actually here for the goat story. Yeah, shut up. I'll get to the gay jokes in a minute. So, all right, so, good for you. So, all right, so we're in Iraq, and our command decides that, there's a bunch of hunters in our group, and they're going to go out and get a goat from the local market and bring it, and they're going to cook us a real meal. No military meal. They bring the goat in, and these guys hunt elk, sheep, I don't know what they hunt, but so they're the great white hunters. So they bring the goat in, and they grab it by the face, and they grab a knife, and they cut its throat. And it does not die. It's running around. So they do the most compassionate thing ever. They tackle it, they stab it again, and the goat's like, fuck you, I'm out of here. He took off. We got him, and we did the humane thing. We grabbed a rock, and they beat it in the head. And that goat did not die. He wasn't going to die. So they did the humane thing. They shot him. And apparently, as comedy goes, the goat can never die. He did escape, joined Al-Qaeda. He went through the suicide bomber course, top of his class, and later detonated himself. Didn't get any no casualties except for, well, him, and we ate him. So I'm gonna wrap up. That's pretty much nothing I was gonna talk about tonight. So I'm gonna wrap up with a couple little things as far as parenting stuff, because we had talked about some stuff as parents, and when I left for Iraq, my daughter was 1, and when I got back, she was 2. So I missed a lot of changing diapers, which, not gonna lie to you, honey, awesome. So, so my wife goes to work, and my daughter just walks up to the fridge and pushes to the fridge, so I open the fridge because I don't know what to do. And she says, she points to the Go-Gurts. Well, I pull the Go-Gurt out, and it's got fruit in it. It's got all this natural stuff. Fruit, yogurt's good for you. So I'm like, why would you not give your kid yogurt? So about 6 or 7 packets later, she pooped Go-Gurts, and it looks the same. Gave her a rash, and apparently since then, she's 12 now, and I'm still not allowed to watch her by myself. So thank you guys. That's my set. We have Ben up here. Thank you.
Michael Martins, everybody. Right? Hello. All right, everybody. We're starting to get into what I like to call the meat and the potatoes of the show. After you already had the salad and the wings, because you gotta have wings, you know. This man gave me my very first time on stage in comedy. He's been around a long minute, and he's wicked funny. My good buddy. Make friends with him on Facebook, everybody. Dick Black, ladies and gentlemen, Dick Black.
Keep it going for him, Ben Adams. Show him some love. Can't believe he got on a long sleeve shirt. What the hell is wrong with Ben? Fucking white people, man. Long sleeves. Well, I guess it is the 1st of August, so he gets a pass. How's everybody doing? You got long sleeves too. She's like, it's because it's cold. I hate air conditioning. Fuck air conditioning. I'm like, God damn. I mean, I'm waiting for clouds to come in and shit. Start snowing in this bitch. Like, what the fuck? I'm black. Black people don't like cold. You know what I'm saying? That's why Superman will never be black. Because the Fortune of Solitude is in the fucking Antarctica. Could you imagine Superman having to get up in a cold ass room, black, and having to work? Fuck that. Like, kryptonite is cold. Cold is kryptonite. You guys wouldn't get it. You gotta be black first. But I've learned a lot about the sun. You can get sunburn being black. Who'd have thought? I'm walking around here with skin peeling and shit. I'm thinking, it's the soap I'm using. And white people are like, no, you got a sunburn. You're peeling. I was like, black people don't get sunburns. We don't need SPF. We have natural SPF. We have 1,000 SPF, I thought. It's not true at all. It's not true at all. We burn. You ever got a sunburn? Were you scared? I didn't know what to do. There's no help for black people in sunburns. It's just, you get it. She's like, honey, you better put some aloe vera on that. Huh? Aloe, what? Where do you get aloe vera? In my medicine cabinet. I'll be right back. I love white people. And the sun. It'll burn you. I'm a Colorado native. How many of you guys natives? Hell yeah. I was born at National Negro Memorial Hospital, also known as Denver General. So you guys know what I'm talking about. The other day I was walking down the street. I was wearing a Captain American t-shirt because I like Captain America. It's a really good movie. And while wearing this shirt, I walked down the street and some lady or some kid comes up to me and says, hey, that's Captain African America. It's like, no, it's Captain America. It's like, well, you'll always be African to me. Kid's 10. Like, what the fuck do you know? Captain African America. That is fucked up. I go anywhere else on this planet, I'm considered American. If I took that same shirt to China, I'd be American. Of course, they try to get me to get some off the top shelf, but still. If I went to Africa, they'd still call me American and just try to trade weed for a sandwich. And I would do it, because weed is legal. Captain African American. What the fuck? We need to change that, people. I went to the Renaissance Festival. I like going. I actually went with my Captain African American t-shirt, as a matter of fact. I went because I'm usually the only black guy there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to stand out like a sore thumb and shit. Typically, I'm walking around with a big cup of Pepsi with a mound of ice. Somebody walks by, what are you doing free? I was like, motherfucker, this is a festival! It's Pepsi, there's ice in here. They didn't even have ice back then. Of course, he's on a Segway. Just, I'm angry, people. I'm so angry right now. And the only thing that calms me down when I'm angry like this is cotton candy. Cotton candy, raspberry, it's blue, it's delicious. So in search of cotton candy, I come up to a cotton candy stand. Lo and behold, 2 black people working the cotton candy stand. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing picking cotton candy? It's like, we're Haitian. I said, fair enough. What are you doing picking sugar cane, motherfucker? He called me Captain African American. I could have stabbed both of them. We live in a crazy world, though, people. We live in a world where it's okay to leave your kid in the car, but not your cell phone. When we were kids, which most of you guys are my age, when we were kids, we got left in a metal tank. Hot as fuck. And if you were dead, you got your ass grounded. You died? I'm gonna bring your ass back to life. You go into your room. I thought that was fucked up, that kids are found dead in cars, but cell phones are picked up. They go in the car like, where's my cell phone? Oh, it's under the kid. What kind of world do we live in? You forget your kid? Yeah. How about your cell phone? In my pocket. Let's do this. Little some person about myself. I once dated a squirter. She flooded my apartment. Her name was Katrina. She had a friend named Shelly. Is this too soon? Is it too soon, people? No. All jokes. They're coming out with a sequel to The Passion of Christ. It's called Easter. And the first part of the movie, Jesus is moving a rock. Shit's heavy. Takes 2 hours. Have you guys seen Notorious B.I.G., the movie about Notorious B.I.G.? It's a great movie. They came out with a sequel. It's called Precious. Y'all saw her. She looked just like Biggie. Looked just like Biggie. It was all a dream. It was all a dream. See here. How many of you guys take public transportation? You guys take the... Yeah. Do you guys look at the seat before you sit down? I don't believe you because I saw 2 people get off the bus pregnant. That shit's disgusting. Where is that? What is that? Could you imagine being on Maury Povich trying to figure out who the daddy is? Sorry, Patricia. That is not the seat. The seat across from you is the father. Fucking nasty. It's disgusting. Right now, I'm celebrating the anniversary of R. Kelly peeing on that girl's face. I don't know if you guys remember this shit, but this time, 10 years ago, R. Kelly peed on a girl's face. She was 14 years old. What you guys don't know is she was stung by a jellyfish in Chicago. I'm just saying it can happen, okay? R. Kelly's rich, okay? He's rich as fuck, okay? He probably got a fish tank in every room with jellyfish. He's like, hey girl, you wanna make a quick $100? She's like, yeah. Wanna make a quick $100? Hell yeah. You grab one of those jellyfish and put it on your face. I'm gonna go grab the camcorder. And what you guys don't know is if it weren't for him eating asparagus, her parents would have never known. Think about it, she comes home, what the fuck is that smell, girl? You're 14 years old, I know what that smell is. What you been doing? I was at R. Kelly's house. What was you doing? Playing with jellyfish. In Chicago? Yes. R. Kelly's rich. Because he is rich, you know what I'm saying? Right now, yeah, he is. He is a man. Keep it on the down low. What he was talking about was peeing on girls' faces. Was he was talking about? A little something extra about myself. I've had a one-night stand, ladies and gentlemen, for the last 15 years. That's right. Me, one-night stand, 15 years. 2 weeks ago, I went to a garage sale. I purchased another nightstand. That's right. I now have 2 nightstands. 2. My name is Dick Black. You guys have been a great audience. Peace.
Dick Black, everybody. Hell yeah. Before I go any further, I want to let the people at home know what everyone here knows, everyone joining us from the worldwide interwebs, that Ari's Tavern is the shit, y'all. It is one of my favorite places to come get a beer and get some food. Thank you, Ari's Tavern. And thank you to our lovely wait staff, Michelle and Devin, tonight. Please give them a hearty round of applause. Go right ahead. Thank you. Yes. Also, please do tip them with American currency because they cannot pay their bill with your applause, okay? So please, everyone, tip them well. Your next comedian, everybody. I've seen him a few times down at Comedy Works. He's a funny young man. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Jerry Cooper, everybody. Welcome him to the stage, please.
I got to tell you, Ben was talking about bumper stickers. I owe this body to a bumper sticker. I walked out of the gym one night and saw this bumper sticker that said, "Eat right, exercise, die anyway." So, and you talk about hot. Fat boys know when it's hot. You know, when you can feel that sweat roll down the middle of your back, down into your butt cheeks, and it's so hot down there that the sweat boils, that's when you know it's hot. You know, I'm a little older than a lot of the comics around here, so when I was a kid, things were a lot different. My mom had a cure-all for whatever ailed you, and that was the enema. I kid you not, she had this water bottle that would hold a gallon worth of fluid, usually lukewarm, soapy water. Put the stopper in it with this finger-like thing that come up here, and she'd swab it with Vaseline, and up the poop chute it would go. And everything would come out. And so if I was constipated, I got the enema. There were some times I know I had a bad attitude, and she said it was because I was constipated, and I got the enema. Now, if I got a cold, I got the enema. But it had nothing to do with the cold. But the first time you had one of these, there was no more coughing or sneezing during the duration of the cold. And the one time she had my dad do it, he got the water bottle ready, got the stopper ready. He couldn't see worth crap. Reached for the Vaseline, grabbed the Vicks Vapor Rub. Yeah, you talk about the ring of fire. That sucker burned for a week. The only other time I've had pain like that was when I was working out. My thighs got a little sore, so after my shower, I put some of that rubbing ointment on it, Zine Jr. or something like that. Didn't think about it. Pulled my drawers up while it was still wet. And that stuff had coated the hammock for the boys. Yeah, you talk about dry roasted nuts. It got really hot. So, things have changed since I was here last time. We sold a house, bought a house. So, when you do that, you do the fix-up thing. So us guys, we love Lowe's, love Home Depot because of the tools. It's a man store. So I went into the Lowe's to get some blinds trimmed down like these. And the guy comes up and says, "Can I help you, sir?" I said, "Yeah, I need these blinds trimmed down." He said, "Oh, I'd love to help you, but the lady that does that isn't here today. She'll be here tomorrow." And I looked at his badge and I said, "Well, Jamie, you know, maybe you should cross-train so that you could learn how to do that and help people when she's not here." I kid you not, he looked at me and says, "I don't want to be that helpful." Turned around and walked off. Just the other day, I was in Home Depot. And I was looking at lawnmowers, and the clerk came by and I said, "What could you tell me about these lawnmowers?" She says, "Well, they have good reviews." So I called my wife and I had my Bluetooth in. She comes over here and she says, "Sir, I'll tell you what. If you buy that mower without the bag, someday you're going to want a bag. So why don't you buy this one?" I go. She walks around to this side. "Sir, if you want to buy the mower with the bag," I said, "it's a freaking Bluetooth." My wife's going, "Why is that lady screaming at you?" So, and now they're starting to get like Walmartians. I kid you not, Saturday, busiest day to go to Home Depot. There's this old couple. She's walking with her purse, getting out about where the traffic is, and the husband's behind her, barks out a command. She stops. He reaches forward, pulls out her blouse, cleans his glasses, looks at it this way, bends back down, cleans her glasses, and lets her go. But they're still not as bad as Walmartians. I was in there one day, and this guy was looking in the deodorant aisle. He'd pop the top, smell it under his arm, put it back on the shelf. He'd grab another sample, smell it under his arm, put it back on the shelf. So then, after about 6 times that, he found one, smelled it, put the cap on it, threw it in the cart. I'm thinking, I'm going to watch this guy for a little bit, because I love watching people. I followed him around the store till he went down the toilet paper aisle and I said, "That's it. I'm not going there." So The other thing I've had happen is I had my hand surgery done, and I was in the hospital, and they need to make those things a little more private. Because the guy next to me, the doctor comes in and says, Mr. Brown, do you know what we're doing? He goes, yeah, I'm getting the pump. And he says, right, which side do you want it on? Well, I'm right-handed, we'll just put it on the right side. He says, great, you have any questions? He says, well, yeah, does it have like a pressure switch or something? Because I really don't want to get over here and get all romantic with Martha and turn that thing on and go, oh, Martha, go get the tire tube repair kit they sent home from the hospital. And the ladies, you know what the ladies are looking for? Where the automatic shut-off switch is. Oh, Harold, put that silly thing away. So, but I'm enjoying life and got a lot of kids. You know, there's nothing like the first time your child comes up to you and says, Dad, where did I come from? You go, oh man, I got to tell him about the facts of life. So you take him in the bedroom and you explain to him all the proper terms where babies come from. And when you're done, he goes, wow, Tommy down the street came from Texas. So, grandkids are great. Love to have grandkids. We've got a lot of those. You know, if I had known what being a grandparent was like, I'd have had more kids. But you know, their kids are challenging. You never know what they're like till they grow up. They spare no expense to embarrass you. I remember one time I was with my son and we were in the grocery store and this large guy grabbed 6 candy bars and started to walk off and he says, wow, Dad, I know that guy's fat. So, but, you know, this year I decided to get in shape. And the shape I chose is the pear. It's easy for me because, you know, I don't have any sore muscles. I don't have to wait in line for that treadmill at the gym for that 10 minutes a week I've committed to. But it does have its drawbacks. We rented an economy car from Enterprise Car Rental. I call it the economy car. Fiat 500. I kid you not, gravity gets you in those things. But when I open the door, it's like one of those poppin' fresh Pillsbury doughs. And I kind of slither out to the side, which allows me to put my left hand down to break my fall, which lets me have my right hand to spread my cheeks to get off the emergency brake handle. But you guys have been great. My name's Jerry Cooper. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, Jerry Cooper, everybody. Keep going for him. Huh? I was mid-fry, if you can't tell. Jerry threw me for a loop there, man. Oh, guys, all right. Coming to stage next is a good buddy of mine. I've known her for a few years. She is known here in karate. I fucking said karate. Did you hear that? She's known here in Colorado as the woodiest and the tittiest. And she had brought the wits and the tits all the way down from Fort Collins. A very funny young lady. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Kat Winston, everybody. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
They're comics. I don't shake their hands because I don't know where they've been. So that's how that works. It's great to see you guys. What a fantastic crowd. Give yourselves a round of applause. Coming out and supporting live comedy. Thank you. Felt a little weird when Dick Black did his Captain America joke. I was like, hey, I don't know how that works. I wanted to see if you guys could settle something for me. I got into an argument with one of my coworkers. She lives in the great town of Cheyenne. And she told me that there was a bar that was advertising for cage fight midget wrestling. And I was like, did you go? And she was like, meh. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Cage fight midget wrestling comes to your town, you fucking go! I don't give a shit if it's at like cheesy fake pro wrestling. If you take a $100 bill and you slip it through the cage and you're like, fuck him up, it would happen! I'd be throwing chicken wings and waffles and yo-yos, just Up next, Santa's Little Helper versus the Lollipop Guild. It's gonna be awesome. So you're with me on that, yes? All right. I am a parent. I have an 8-year-old little boy and a 15-year-old girl. Pity me. The 8-year-old boy is mostly just Star Wars and Legos right now. That's the big obsession. And I just like to point out that I am a really good parent because I refuse to let him watch 1, 2, and 3 because he is not old enough to hate Jar Jar Binks. Not a nerd crowd. Cool. My 15-year-old daughter is a whole nother monster, however. I was looking through her yearbook. I was like, fuck, I paid $40 for the thing. Let's see what these other little fucktards look like. People are naming their kids fucked up shit. You all know one of these people with that unspellable, unpronounceable hippie bullshit name, right? My daughter goes to school with a girl named Lake. Like the body of water. Look, unless your dad's name is Tsunami, your mom is Reservoir, and the dog is Puddle, fuck off and get a real name. Flipping through, I go, you go to school with a girl named T? She goes, no, Mom. What does T-E-A spell? Thank you. She goes, no, Mom, that's pronounced Tia. No, hun, that's pronounced T, the same way that C-O-L-A spells cola. The worst part was this little girl's last name was Cobb. If you want to fuck your kid up, name her Corn and be done with it. But like I said, she's a teenager. She's testing boundaries. She's pushing limits. And I had that moment of parental genius. The light bulb went off. And I looked at her and I was like, I possess the legal ability to change your name. And if you don't start acting right, I'm going to change your name to Asparagus Tequila Butt Munch. We can call you Asp for short, and everyone will think we're calling you Ass. You can grow up and go to a fancy dinner party. Oh, Asparagus, it's so nice to meet you. What do you do? Make people's feet smell funny. That is effective parenting, though, because if I go, unload the dishwasher, she goes, in a minute. I go, unload the dishwasher. She goes, I will. I go, Asparagus. Dishwasher gets unloaded. It's not just my kids that I parent. I think there's just general lessons that need to be taught. Halloween is already upon us. It's already popping up in the stores. I don't know if you noticed. One of my favorite holidays. Love it. I live in an up-and-coming neighborhood. So I was in the ghetto. And it took me a whole year to teach this lesson, but it was totally worth it. So I'm handing out candy to the kids, and these big Mexican families roll through, and they have like 8 little kids that are all dressed up, and then the adult, wearing no costume, holds out a Safeway bag. What the fuck is this shit? Put on a sombrero. I'll give you candy. I don't give a fuck how old you are. So I saved up my Taco Bell sauce packets for a year. Dosed the little kids with candy, popped the adult with the sauce packets, was like, Feliz Halloweeno! Adios, amigo! Because that's how I roll. So I am a former stripper, very comfortable up here on stage with pole. Works for me. Ladies, if you haven't gotten in on this action, guys name their junk. Go ahead and get in on it. Name your girls. It's fun. Give it a lot of thought. Make sure it's something good. I opted for Pinky and the Brain. That way I can say my left tit's taking over the fucking world. And having been a stripper for 8 years, I've been left with certain talents that I don't think I can put on a fucking job resume. Like, unless I learn Morse code, I don't know how that's gonna work out. The only plausible option I can think of is trying to bounce my way out of a speeding ticket. You know, get pulled over and be like, I'm so sorry, officer. No idea I was speeding. I couldn't see the speedometer over my giant chesticles. My odds are he's gonna let me go with a warning, but I'm gonna get pulled over like 11 more times. He's like, pull this bitch over, she's bouncy. Is my taillight fluid out again? That'll be fun. I kind of want to do like a little fun stock joke. I like my men like I like my coffee. Stiff, bitter, able to punch a camel and keep me up all night. Give a big round of applause. My husband's in the audience tonight. He's former Navy, and he has punched a camel. You never thought you'd get an applause break for that, did you? Oh, he's like, it's still early enough for an annulment. The trick is find someone crazier than you. I don't know how to transition. Moose fart. That's what you do when you don't have transitional material. Has anybody here ever had to call into work because you were sick? Yeah, like legit, not like you want to go to a concert, like legitimately sick. Yeah? You probably didn't give the gory details about how violently your body was malfunctioning because you want to be able to look your boss in the eye, right? Well, my boss and I were close, and I felt like I could be brutally honest with him. So I texted him, and I said, Rob, do you know what a shart is? Some of you do. He texts me back, if you shit your pants, I do, fuck. I text him, yes, I knew of, but had never personally experienced the phenomenon until today. I have learned that well whiskey and cokes and Doritos Locos Tacos will both individually taste glorious, but will later create a liquid poo magma that is unpredictable and unpleasant. I would very much prefer not to come into work tonight, as I have found the humiliation I experienced in Albertsons to be sufficient. Stay out of aisle 4. The most fucked up part about that is every time I see a Doritos Locos Tacos commercial, my butt has PTSD. Yeah. Are we a zombie crowd? You guys like Walking Dead? Zombie people? Yeah? A little pocket of you right here. I don't know. I love The Walking Dead, and I'm totally obsessed. I have obviously taken it way too far and spent far too many hours thinking about it. Because, like, I thought about it, and I was like, well, what if the virus spreads and it gets to, like, the old folks' home? So you have these seniors that are, their dentures fall out. If you duct tape oven mitts on their hands, they can't bite you, they can't scratch you. That's a household pet. Fuck pet rocks. Oh, don't mind Great Uncle Albert. He'll gum on you for a while, but he's harmless. Yeah, and I had to come up with like an end game plan because I figured it out. It's like a math thing, you know. Eventually, you're gonna get bit. So you can waste time with survival, but find Chuck Norris. It's my best advice to you. Bribe him, blow him. He might keep you safe. Like I said, eventually you're gonna get bit. So I asked all my friends. I was like, "What would you want to happen if you've been bitten by a zombie?" And they all had the same lame answer. I'd want someone to shoot me. Boring. These are your last moments, hours in human form on the planet. Like, go up big. So I came up with my own plan, and it is epic. What I'm gonna do is I have to find a guy capable of a fear boner. Oh, Google that. And what I want him to do is I want him to have sex with me, but to time his orgasm for when I turn. So it's like, bam. That's how you go out with a bang. You guys have been awesome. I've been Kat Winston.
I think I fucked that up. Kat Winston, everybody. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. She was talking. Okay, so everybody, before we go any further, Eugene is collecting stock jokes, like people doing their favorite joke you heard in a bar or a barbershop, or I'm gonna share it with you now. My very favorite joke of all time. It's more than even any of my own. Here it goes. I read it in a Playboy magazine from 1968. Here we go. I've been calling in sick a lot lately at work. This is what Kat was saying. It made me think of it. I called my boss recently. I said, hey, man, I don't think I can come in today. I'm going to need a sick day. I don't feel so good. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. What's wrong? I was like, well, I got a pretty bad case of anal glaucoma. He said, oh, that sounds awful. What is that? And I said, man, I just can't see my ass coming into work today. Right? That is the best joke of all time. I love that. Okay? So, after the show, Eugene is collecting people for his podcast, going out to the internet. Hello, internet. Can you see me? So if you think of one and you want to share it, that sounds good. Sound good? Okay, let's keep it going. Time for our next comedian, everybody. This guy, I would say he's really funny, but I have no fucking clue. But I'm sure he's really prepared. Right, Joe? Okay, this could go either way. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start it off on a good note. Please welcome to the stage with as much enthusiasm as you can muster for Joseph Essler, everybody. Come on.
I'm usually in a state of low-grade anxiety, as I am now. I'm afraid I will die, and then I realize I will. I always fall for panic attacks. Panic attacks are like dominatrixes. I always end up on the floor, and there's no safe word, but at least it's safe there because I won't fall off the bed. I love how relaxed I feel after a panic attack. As relaxed as I feel right now. So let's see, what's next after that? Oh yeah, I'm awkward. I hide behind my vulnerability. Like my boss announces to the whole team, his wife is pregnant, due in June. So June rolls around, and I want to connect with my boss, show him I have a good memory, a really good memory. So I ask him, how's the baby? He says, what baby? I say, the one your wife was pregnant with. He says, miscarriage. I know. And I'm like, oh, I even read about this and how to talk to people. Rule number 3, never ask someone about someone they love because they could die. People tell me I look like a lot of people. I get a kick out of that. This woman at work says I look just like her brother. I'm Mexican-Irish. She's Swedish. Thank you. I'm like, how do I look like your brother? She says, you've got the same eyes. Only browner? So, are you attracted to your brother? At least I'm employed. I've recently realized getting laid and getting off are two very different things. From getting laid off. Yeah, we just had a recent riff where I work. Reduction in force. So, let's see, what's next? Talked about my job a little bit. Let's see, I guess you probably want to hear, a little bit about how I'm awkward. Well, I'm not the only awkward one in my family. I actually get a little bit of it from my grandma. She asks, what's YouTube? So I tell her, well, Grandma, YouTube is just like you porn. Except no graphic depictions of sexual intercourse. She got it right away. I love porn, but I have trouble with it. I'm very empathic. While watching porn, I wonder, where are they on their honeymoon? I'm concerned about the baby they're making. Since 60% of marriages end in child support. Some people ask, is porn good for you? I ask, are you good for porn? Sounds like you are. I hate to break it to you, but I don't want a porn star. Yeah, but I wouldn't rule it out. Two of my guilty pleasures are Mean Girls and The Notebook. There are a couple movies. I've recently given up porn. Now I'm focusing on connecting with real women, both physically and mentally. Mostly physically. I've recently, I've realized, I'm single. Never been divorced. It would be nice to have a girlfriend because then that would give me more credibility. When you have a girlfriend, it's easier to find a girlfriend. She could translate for me. What Joseph means is, he likes your dress. It's elegant. I contemplate marriage, but I don't project myself onto others. I project others onto myself. Like when I see an attractive woman, I will tell her, Joseph's not good enough for me. It's very confusing. I think I would enjoy having a wife. When you have a wife, it's easier to have an affair. Yes, I know, I'm a serious nut. That's what this heckler says. So let's see, what's next? Talk a little bit about relationships and a little bit about work. Yes, let's get back to that. Yeah, so we all work together here. Got some colleagues here. It's good to have your support. And so, I'm feeling that anxiety again, instead of a panic attack. But, I've been experimenting with dating. I do speed date. I'm a great date, as you can see, for 8 minutes. I get asked the same question by all of my 8-minute girlfriends. What are you looking for in a relationship? Speed marriage. Speed kids, speed grandkids. Not necessarily in that order. Yeah. No woman will ever measure up to my mom. My mom told me so. I love my mom, but I hate taking her out in public. When we go to a nice restaurant, she lets our waiter know I'm her son, not her boyfriend. That embarrasses me because I don't find her the least bit attractive. I'm against gay marriage because my parents think I'm gay. Whenever my mom asks, why aren't you married? I say, well, Mom, it's illegal. My mom taught me how to treat a woman. My mom always said, don't you rape anyone. That's my favorite, second only to never kill people unless I tell you to. I'm Asperger's-y, like my mom. We've both been called retarded by each other. I actually don't think I'm that awkward. I think mostly everyone else is. They just don't understand things literally the way I do. According to my annual employee review, I'm great at making people feel better about themselves because anything you can do, I can do worse. I've noticed people who move up the corporate ladder have good social skills. Not my strong suit. But I have good eye contact and pretty eyes. Long lashes. My boss likes eye contact, but only in the figurative sense. No more butterfly kisses. Thanks. Good night.
Joseph Messler, everybody. That was good. I like it. We have gotten, I told you earlier, we were getting into the meat and potatoes part of the show. We're now getting to the fucking fried shrimp and rare steak and maybe a little ice cream. We're getting there. We're at the best part of the show, my favorite part. I'm going to welcome to the stage a good friend of mine. He was the first comedian in Colorado to sell out the Down Under Comedy Club in Greeley, Colorado. Yeah, you've never heard of it. It's fine. It's out of business. It's okay. But that happens, okay? He sold all 15 of those seats, everyone. He's packed that bitch out. It was like a little league game with a deep bench, you know what I mean? It was like if we lose our third baseman. Anyways, I'm stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, a good buddy of mine and a wicked good comedian, Mitch Jones, everyone. Give it up. Yeah!
Ben Adams, everybody! Oh, he's so great. And I want to especially thank Ben Adams for his... There's a ghost in here, you guys! Fucking ghost. I want to thank Ben Adams for his committal hand welcoming gesture upon my entry to the stage, because nothing is worse in these days wondering if a person is a handshaker or a slap fister. You have to do that math where you're like, okay, there's a whole trajectory to the thing. If it's low to medium, that's a handshake. But if you're coming medium high to high, it's fisting time, you guys. It's fisting time. And so you're sitting there and you're like, oh fuck, I've never met this person before. I don't know if they are a handshaker or a slap fister. So they're coming up here. So I don't know what the fuck this is. Who shakes hands like this? Oh, hey, nice to meet you. No one fucking does that. So it's gotta be a slap bro fist thing. So I'm like, I'm going for it. And I go in for it, and turns out this person is a retardedly high handshaker. And they grab your hand at the worst possible moment, right where you're just like, oh, hello there! I am the Duchess of Wales. A pleasure to meet you. I hope you have enjoyed our meeting, because we shan't be friends after this. Fucking let go, and they won't let go. Oh, you guys, it's great to be here. Entertaining you guys. Thanks for supporting live entertainment. You guys rock. Because in my civilian job, I'm a civilian, you see. I took a break off work and I didn't go outside for like a whole week. It was really sad. And then I went back to work, and the first thing that happened was my giant fat ass exploded the hydraulics in my office chair. Just like, and it was not a graceful fall, you guys. I was the Duchess of Wales. I was like, oh, dreadful thing! Ah! My crumpets! And I spilled my crumpets everywhere. Nothing is sadder than a fat guy falling down. Can we admit that? So now I'm looking into going to the gym. And by that I mean I have to walk by a gym to get to my office every day. So sometimes I just stop and look in there. And sometimes it looks like my reflection is on the other side of the mirror. So I'm like, it fucking counts, you guys. I went to the gym today. And they're always in there doing Pilates or some shit. They're just like... Clearly I don't know what exercising looks like, but they're doing something in there. And they're just shaking their asses, just making them clap. And they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm eating a bag of tacos out the side. And it was like, yeah, get them. But one of the most glorious things happened the other day, you guys. The ambulance was out in front of the gym. And apparently, one of the dudes that went there exploded his anus trying to squat 800 pounds. Yeah, oh, you guys, it was so satisfying. I went outside dressed as a clown and ate a box of donuts, just like, that's what you get, don't you know? That is a small win for my fatties, you guys. Do you know how many times my anus has erupted from playing Donkey Kong? It's less than one, so point in my direction, you guys. And I think I just don't want to go to the gym because I'm so far behind. I'm addicted to McDonald's like nobody's business. I've even come up with a plan to get unlimited McDonald's. That's how sad it is, you guys. I'm just going to go into one of those 24-hour lobby McDonald's and just sit and pretend to use the Wi-Fi and wait for the manager to go to the bathroom and then just tippy-toe in there after him and beat him up and handcuff him to the toilet and just steal his clothes. It's called identity theft, people, and it happens in America every day. And then I'm just going to go back out behind the line with that uniform, however ill-fitting it probably will be. Just be like, the drive-thru's been waiting for McNuggets for like 5 minutes, and the fries are oversalted. I need you to prep like 12 regular hamburgers. Everybody face the wall while I inspect these Big Macs with this sack I brought from home. You fucking start filling up this gasoline tank with shakes. I don't give a fuck. They're like, who are you? They didn't tell you I'm coming? It's me, Jerry from corporate. And then I was just like, I gotta go to another location. And you might be saying, hey Jones, why don't you just go fucking get a job there, you idiot? Then you have unlimited access. You're the man on the inside. Wrong. Wrong, you guys. They could not trust me to work there. That'd be like, they'd have to force me to work naked like all the bitches in the cocaine dens that you see in movies. Just me in my promotional Monopoly visor. It should have been changed months ago. My drive-through headset and nothing else. I have to drop fries like this so I don't sizzle my wang. And all the grease just splashes up on my tits like it's a Motley Crue video. He's the one that called that to feel good. He's the one that make you feel alright. And at the end of my shift, they'd have to push me up against the wall, make sure I wasn't smuggling any product out at the end of the night. Like, hold up, how many McNuggets are in your ass, trick? A lot, there's a lot up there. There's a whole 20 piece. I think the main reason why I can't quit McDonald's, like it's some Brokeback Mountain type lover. Why can't I quit you, McDonald's? Me and that clown have seen some scary things, you guys. I think the main reason why I can't stop shoveling McDonald's is that marijuana's legal in Colorado. What? We did it, you guys. Someone convinced a bunch of stoners to go out and vote. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, man. And it's nice because nothing sucked worse than having to wait for Kyle to get off work so you can get a bag. And Kyle's always picking up extra shifts and like doing doubles. It's like, what the fuck, Kyle? I need weed now. And you only have one kind. You're a fucking bum, Kyle. But now you can just go to a store and they like, there's always like a process. There's a girl with glasses and she's like, well, hello, sir. What kind of high are you looking for today? And I'm just like, I don't know. what's going on? Who are you? And she's like, well, if you're looking to like roller skate down the block and do some sidewalk chalk, I have some indicas right here, and they'll knock your socks off. Oh, you look more like a teddy bear picnic kind of guy. Let me grab you this sativa and smell it. Put your nose on something that 45 people have also put their nose on. No, it should just be, you have the drugs and I have the money, so fucking give it to me now! They don't do that with something that's also legal. They don't do that with alcohol. They don't have bums stumbling into liquor stores with a fistful of nickels just like, bleh. And they're like, well, hello, sir. What kind of drunk are you looking for today? That sassy, sexy, slutty drunk? Well, looks like you got about $1.83 and a button. So might I prescribe this, the most psychotic of bum wines, Thunderbird? Oh yeah, you can have it. Side effects? You may experience blowing a guy under the overpass. Here you go. You guys have been an awesome crowd. Aries, I love you. My name is Vince Jones.
Jerry from corporate, everybody. Vince Jones. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Motherfucker. Got me looking like I'm drunk up here, spilling and shit. Mitch did his weed joke, and I want. Can I do my one weed joke before I bring up the next act? Is that okay? Exactly. Good point. I'm in control. All of you kiss my ass. No, it's just, well, the Olympics were this year, and I love sports, but I love the Olympics the best. They're my favorite, you know, because they're all made-up sports. Can we agree on that? They're not real. They're biathlon. What the fuck is that, you know? And athletes, they go through so much when they get in trouble in the media, and everybody's like, "Ooh, shame," you know. And the worst one by far was Michael Phelps. Like, when you guys find out about Michael Phelps smoking weed, was anybody blown away by this little revelation? Anybody? Of course not, all right? You don't become the most decorated Olympian of all time overnight, okay? You don't. It's just a bunch of days in a row that go exactly like this. Hey, Michael, what are you gonna do today? Oh, I'm gonna go down to the pool, right? Just swim back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth. It's like all fucking day. I figure I'll just get faster and faster till I'm like the fastest in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, your featured comedian for the night is the creator of Denver's very own Mile High Sci-Fi. He is a wicked funny guy. I've seen him many times over the years. Please, with as much enthusiasm as you can muster, please welcome to the stage Harrison Raines, everybody. Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was incredible. Thanks. You guys are amazing. How about giving yourselves a big round of applause? We're coming out on a Friday night. Yeah! Getting shit-faced. Yeah! Driving home drunk. Yeah! Don't do that. No, don't do that. There's literally cops like right there. But I'll leave first. I'll get them. Don't worry. I'll get them for you. I'll take care of that. Well, hello. Let me tell you a little bit about myself right off the bat. My name is Harrison. I've had a pretty crazy week. Tuesday, I got my penis caught in a vacuum cleaner. Yeah. I'll be honest. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. But it did creep out like all the people at the car wash. They did not like that at all. They were so creeped out. Oh my God, they were creeped out. Woo. Oh man, it's been a fun week. It's been hot. Anybody else bothered by that heat? Just me, maybe? No? Anybody else? All right, whatever. Yesterday I went out, pretty hot. I didn't notice it until then, I think, but I went out past that 7 News building, and they got this big, like, LED thermometer on the wall. I don't know if you guys seen that thing downtown. I live right there. You know, I got up, middle of the day, that's my thing. And then I went past that giant LED thermometer, no joke, yesterday, 148 degrees. And then, like, every minute, it got hotter. Yeah. 2 hours later, 348 fucking degrees. I don't even know what time it was. I never even looked at that. Whew. Yes, it was a clock, by the way. I'm that stupid. God, I'm all riled up. I love Fridays. I love Fridays because you can leave work early and no one even notices, right? Just a little early. You can leave just a little early on a Friday. No, I left at, when did I leave? Wednesday. Take that job. I hate you. I'm in a relationship now. Brand new relationship. Sorry, ladies. And occasional fellas. Sorry. I am taken. I have a wonderful girl now. She's amazing. I met her a few months ago. We're dating now. Met her a few months ago. She works at the Arc thrift store, which is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I am honestly looking forward to leaving her slightly used. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. If you get a chance, fellas, date a girl who works at a thrift store. The secondhand jobs are incredible. They are amazing. Oh, and on Tuesdays you get like half off if you get the right color ticket. It's amazing. We're doing some fancy stuff in the bedroom now because, you know, after a while you start getting a little crazy. After a few months, you start learning each other's, like, you know, fantasies and stuff. We tried one, just give you a little background on her. She's about 100 pounds. 5'2", so she's just a little girl. I like her a lot. She's an amazing lady. But we tried something new recently. We tried that standing 69. I don't know if you've tried that. Anybody tried the standing 69? Yeah, we tried that. I'm like 220 pounds. Keep that in mind. She's about 100. So we tried that. A little awkward at first, but once she planted her feet and got all my weight up. No? All right. I didn't think that was going to work. See, I'm inverted in that joke, which would make sense, because she would be shaking with my balls in her face. All right, back to the drawing board on that one. They don't all have to be winners. Here's a new one I just wrote a day ago about my life. So growing up, I didn't really have much of a father figure. Yeah, a little bit more of a girly figure. Okay, no? Okay. All right. 2 non-winners in a row. Got it. So we had this girl, back to this girl, because it was our anniversary, you know, we're celebrating a couple months. I took her out to this fancy restaurant. You guys may have heard of this place. It's pretty fancy. A little out of my price range, but she still thinks I'm a pilot, so we're good. You know, I lie a lot to her. We went to this fancy restaurant. You may have heard of it. Casa Bonita. Have you guys heard of? Oh, it's so fancy. If you haven't been to Casa Bonita, do I want to say go? Yeah, go. Go to Casa Bonita. In case you didn't know, that is Spanish. I don't know if you knew that. That's Spanish. Casa Bonita is actually Spanish for shit your pants. Did you know that? Yeah. I learned that middle of the meal. That was awesome. How are you still open, Casa Bonita? 60 years of mediocre taco meat, tourist attraction. I don't get it. I got diarrhea at Casa Bonita. I didn't even eat the food. I literally just drank the water, and I got diarrhea. That's how authentic it is over there at Casa Bonita. Yeah. Yeah, I'm the one that shit my pants. I'm the one that should be going, oh, God. Listen, Casa Bonita, I wanted my burrito smothered, not my shorts. Is what that billboard should say. I like to just go to Casa Bonita because I'm a comic and just watch other people eat. Like you'll see some guy over in the corner of that cave over there having a fun time telling his wife some hilarious story about something the dog did. He's just laughing away. You're going to see this like every time. You should have seen it. You should have seen when the little dog was drinking out the toilet. And then just be laughing mid-sentence. It was the funniest. I think I just castabonated. Not in a good way. Yeah. No. Let's put the flag up. I'm ready to go. Let's get the bell. No. Put the flag up. I surrender. Oh no. We'll stick around for the sopapillas, but then we're out of here. I don't care how much poop you have in your pants. Those sopapillas are delicious. They are unbelievable. So I love doing this show. I've done this, this might be my third time. I love it because I live about a block away. Literally, I just live over here on Shoshone. And it's amazing. And I love this neighborhood for the... Anybody else live in this neighborhood? Anybody? Got a few? Nobody? One guy? All right. Woo! That's my neighbor, I think. Yeah. I love this neighborhood because of the garage sales. They're incredible. You guys get into garage sales? Anybody else this time of year? Just me? All right, you don't have to applaud. That's fine. I know you do. I love them. I got the greatest piece of workout equipment. $16 I spent on this machine. Okay, if you don't know anything about it, it's called the Cardio Pro Proform. It is unbelievable. It's this for a whole workout. That's all you do. That is genius. Look at that. Somebody invented that. Somebody walked into an office and talked to his boss and sold him on this thing. Yeah, you do that. You do that. Where's my raise, boss? Yeah. That's all you do for 45 minutes. That. Oh my God. Why is this not in every gym in the United States? I want to walk into like a 24-hour fitness and just see some guy doing this thing. Yeah. Look at that, it was over in the corner, no one's even using it. It's awesome. Is that going ape shit? Yeah. Oh yeah. Here's what I want to see when I walk into a gym. If they had this machine, I want to see some douchebag on this thing trying to pick up on ladies. Because whenever you go into a gym, there's always some guy like, what's up girls? He's on some workout machine, he's over there doing bench presses. I want to see that douchebag on this thing. What's up ladies? Yeah. Like that? Yeah? You know, I got this thing on a 6 incline, yeah. That means I could hump you up a mountain. You like that? No, we don't like that. All right, so this is the part of the show where you talk amongst yourselves for a few minutes while I catch my breath. God, I really should use that machine and not just make fun of it. I think I just cast a bonita, I really do. I'm kidding. I'm in better shape than that. Sort of. Anyone else obsessed with the idea of time travel here this evening? I love it. I watch a lot of sci-fi movies for the show that I do, Mile High Sci-Fi. I love the idea of time travel so much. I actually wish I could go back about 20 minutes and stretch. That'd be pretty good. That would have been a pretty good machine. No, I love the idea of time travel so much that I like messing with people. Do this if you ever have a little time on your hands some night. Just to make people think like time travel is possible. This is a lot of fun. Go downtown, pick an alley, right? Any alley. Take off all your clothes and completely cover yourself from head to toe with Vaseline. And then just wait. Just wait for some guy in a suit and a tie. Ba-ba-ba. Walking along. Boo-boo-boo. Everything is great. Ba-ba-ba. My stock is up. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Just wait till he gets right there in front of you, run out and go, what year is it? Yeah, no shit. You will be laughing like the entire night in jail. It is hilarious. Look on that guy's face. I'll do a couple more jokes. You guys are a lot of fun. Everybody got beer to begin with, right? Y'all got some free beer? That was good. Eugene says that might happen every time now. You gotta keep coming back. I'm going to come down here, get free beer when I'm not on the show. That's how I'm going to pull it off. I live right there. I'll show up on that exercise bike. Hey, where's my beer? I found out I have a really cool porno name. I was hanging out with my friends last week. They taught me that porno name game where you take like the name of the first pet you have as a child and then the first street you lived on, right? Who's got a good one? I probably beat it. I got a really good one. I'm just warning you right now. Nobody wants to play? First pet, first street?
Ace Fireside.
Anus?
Ace Fireside.
Ace. Okay. I was going to say anus fireside. You win. I'm out. I can beat that. Ace. First pet I had as a child was a St. Bernard named Giant. And then first street I lived on, Hairy Penis in a Chick's Face Parkway. So I don't know what the odds on that are. Pretty good. Pretty good when you got a guy named Anus Firestone. Dang it. He's so good. All right, I'm going to end with... I got one. Throw it out. Oh, yeah, the joke's over, but please, continue. I mean, that's all I had was that one punchline, but go, please, help me out.
Let's go with it. P.D. Cedar.
P.D. Cedar. Oh, that is actually really good. I mean, is that good enough to finish it? Yeah, that's okay. That's the second punchline. I'll go with that. Thanks. How about a round of applause for P.D. Cedar jumping in late? I'm really surprised you didn't do that my whole set. That would have been... It's like, hey, I went to Casa Bonita. Just keep putting your hand up and fucking with my jokes after they're done. Thanks, P.D. I'll get you a Budweiser. On me, all right? They're free anyway. Don't worry about it. They're free. Don't worry about it. So I'm going to end with a stock joke since that seems to be what... Right? Did we just do one? You did one. Did anybody else? I'll do one. No, I'll do one stock joke. This is my favorite joke. Whenever anyone asks me to tell them a joke, because when I tell them I'm a comic, I do this one. So a guy's in a bar. He's drinking, right? He's drunk as shit. He's having a great time. So the guy comes and sits next to him. They're talking for a little bit. So, all right, this guy is drunk as shit. All of a sudden, he pukes all over his shirt, right? And then he's like, ah, damn it. And the dude sitting next to him has been sitting there the whole time. He's like, what's the matter, dude? And he's like, you know what? I'm going to go home. My wife told me that if I ever got drunk again, she was going to divorce me, and she's going to know when I go home and I got puke all over my shirt. And the guy sitting next to him says, just do what I do, man. Take $20, put it in your shirt pocket, right? When you go home, she's going to say, what happened? Just go, look, son, I was walking out of this store right by this bar. This guy comes out, he pukes on my shirt, right? But he felt bad, so he gave me $20 to get a new shirt. So the guy's like, oh my God, that's genius. So he keeps drinking, right? He's like, great, I got a plan. I'm good. Keeps drinking, goes home at like 2 in the morning. His wife's standing at the top of the steps when he gets home. She's like, you son of a bitch. You smell like alcohol. You're all covered in puke. You've been drinking, haven't you, you son of a bitch? And he goes, no, babe, listen. I was walking home. This guy comes out of a bar. He pukes all over me, but he felt really bad. So he gave me $20, put it in my pocket, to buy a new shirt. Well, all right, awesome. She's buying it. She comes up. She reaches in his pocket. She goes, well, wait a minute. Why is there $40 in here? And he goes, oh, yeah, the guy's shit in my pants, too. Yeah, I love that joke. All right, you guys have been a wonderful audience. Thank you very much.
Harrison Raines, everybody. Give him another round of applause. Fucking A. All right. We are at that time. It's time for your ice cream. It's time for the headliner. But guys, I fucked up, all right? Earlier, I asked you for a round of applause for the wait staff, Devin, and what I said was Michelle. And as it turns out, Michelle is her middle name. Her real name is Melissa. So everyone, another round of applause for Devin and Melissa, everyone. Please, thank you. And Ari's Tavern, everyone at home. It is time for your dessert. This is my favorite flavor of ice cream. It's called chocolate fudge, naked blonde, something. I don't know. This is stupid. You can catch her on 9 News in the morning on Thursday mornings for Ask the Experts. She is a lovely woman and a great comedian who I've worked with a bunch of times. Super funny. To round out the show, everyone, your headliner, Stephanie McHugh. Everyone, please.
Thanks. How you guys doing?
very excited to be here. I am a little disappointed in all of you that you knew what Thunderbird was. I had no idea that was a cheap liquor, and every single goddamn one of you knew. I feel like I gotta go out to the liquor store and try that now. Everyone's like, no, don't do it. Just take our word for it. Don't do it. I started riding my bike today. I was here a little late because I rode my bike home from work. I like to eat and drink carbs, so that's catching up with me. I looked in the mirror and I'm like, damn it, I am gaining weight. But then I realized I just put my thong underwear on backwards, so it's pretty easy to do. If you notice, there's always one or two people laughing a little bit harder than everybody else. It's 'cause they've done it too. Harrison and Petey are laughing pretty hard. Petey Cedar, I like that. Just named my new next fish. Got the name for that fish now. Petey Cedar. I'm working out because I'm going to do the Tough Mudder. Have you heard of that? As I like to call it, what the fuck was I thinking? It's really super hard. This will be my third one, and I don't know why I fell for it, but you get a different color headband the third time, and that is the only goddamn reason that I am running 12 miles, 21 obstacles, 2 of them electric shock. But evidently, I really need a headband that bad, so I'm gonna do it. And when I signed up for it, you can do one every weekend throughout the world of the entire year. You can even do one in Afghanistan. And I thought, what do they call the Tough Mudder in Afghanistan? Like Tuesday? I mean, do they really need that there? I think that's for suburban housewives like myself. How about running water and free rights for everybody? Then you get the electric shock obstacles. And a free beer. I forgot to mention that. Free beer. So that's working out good. We're all just kind of self-conscious about how we look, ladies. I guess ladies, right? Sometimes. And we shouldn't be. We should own it and love it and like it. I was reading an article in Cosmo magazine about full-figured women and girls. If you can put a quarter underneath your bare breast and it doesn't fall to the floor, the quarter, not your boob, if you know what I'm saying, there. Someone explain that to Petey. I'm not doing a visual. But if you can put a quarter and it doesn't fall, then you are considered a full-figured woman. So go home and try this, see if you can beat this. I was at the laundromat and I had some quarters. My bra was in the rinse cycle. $2.25. Thank you. The left side is bigger than the right, in case you're wondering why it's an odd number of quarters. It's very common in women. Nope, just me? Okay, great. After I had kids, I kind of wanted to get them enhanced, so I told my husband at the time, or the surgeon, I didn't tell my husband, I just told him it was going to be done, that I wanted to look like Barbie, and then when I woke up, I didn't have any nipples, so shit. Petey, explain that to everybody else what that means. I'm guessing he used the G.I. Joe a lot, and he would know, right? Huh? So, so anyway, did that. I do have kids, by applause. Where are my parents out there? Yes? One wave. It's so hard, isn't it? Trying to balance everything, take care of the kids. Finally, I said, screw it. I'm just going to do the 80-20 rule, and you can get so much more done when you're only doing 20%. The other night, I gave him macaroni for dinner, and then the next night, I gave him the cheese packet. They're at home with some boiling water right now. And I'm here with you. People say, what is the secret to your success of being a good mom? And I try to give them good meals, teach them good values, and probably about 25% of the time, I forget to pick them up from their activities. And that instills a sense of independence that you can't get with timeouts. All right. It's a good enough time as any to take a drink. When they were young, it was just so much fun taking care of them. I love the holidays with them too, when they're just little sweet babies. Except I would like to eat their candy too on Halloween, and they were catching on to me. The older one had an Excel spreadsheet that she kept of her inventory. She's like, Mama, last night I had 7 little Snickers. This morning, 3. So you ate 4. And I was like, sweetie. I had about 49 little Snickers. First, I'd owe your 7, and then I had to go buy another bag. Just got the number off. And while we're talking about it too, when is this a fun size in anything? Not even 49 times. It's not really gonna work. Trust me, I've tried. So, I was a Girl Scout cookie mom, and right around that same time, another comic got arrested, so I went to go visit him in jail, and I sold a ton of cookies to the other inmates. It got really nice. They could only pay with cigarettes, but I sold those to the Girl Scouts, and I got a badge. It's a little black lung on it. They're older now. It's kind of freaking me out. Like, one of them is 18. She's going to Oregon State University. Thank you. Thank you. I know, a beaver. I'm like, sweetie. Of all the universities, do you know what Mommy does for a living? Really? My coworkers are never gonna let me hear the end of it, but she's going. When she turned 18, she goes, Mom, how do I register to vote? I go, I don't know. How about pot? Do you want to know how to buy pot? I know about 50 comics who can help you do that. I have no clue. Google it, sweetie. I did that a long time ago, like 20 years ago, when the Pony Express came. You gave them your voter's registration, and I was done. Don't know how you do it now. When she was 16, she got her license, and I was like, honey, I am so proud of you. Do you realize also you are never going to be on that MTV show, 16 and Pregnant? Oh. High five, Mommy. Oh, yeah. I threw something in. I threw the driving, and that threw you guys off. Sorry about that. But that's all I want to say about that right there. She took sex ed in high school, and we had the sex talk, and I am learning so much. Wow. It is different nowadays, people. When I took sex ed, it was awkward. The girls were in one room, the guys were in another. We had a little plastic vagina that looked like it belonged to Mrs. Potato Head. The left ovaries kept falling out and clanking on the table because it wasn't awkward enough. But they had someone come in and tell them about relationships a little bit too. They had a young 20-year-old guy, or in his 20s, not 20 years old, and he comes in and he goes, okay, here's the deal. Guys are like microwaves. Heat up super fast. Girls, like ovens, it's gonna take them a long time to get hot, but once they're hot, it's gonna take a long time for them to cool down. Yeah! Useful information. I've been on Match.com for 4 years. That would have come in handy about 4 years ago. Save some relationship stuff. The other thing he said was, girls, your boyfriends, boys have another part of their brain, and it's called the nothing part. Nothing part. So when you ask him, what is he thinking about? And he goes, nothing. He really fucking means it. Again, I know there's penis envy, but I wish I had a nothing part of the brain too, quite frankly. I'm thinking way too much about stuff sometimes. Right, thank you, yes. And you're right, all of this is the nothing part of the brain a lot of times with them. And yet here I am single. How did that happen? I'm single. Petey, thank you. I did get on Match.com, but if you say you're a comic, that freaks guys out. So I just generalized it and said I was in the entertainment business, and you know, they love it. I've done 3 lap dances at Starbucks this week alone. That's without a pole, people. And I gave myself a rule. I'm not going to date anyone younger than my youngest brother. He is 13 years younger, sickos, 13 years younger. I just accidentally broke that rule. I just, don't think I realized how much time had passed since I had been dating, but it was so embarrassing. He came to pick me up. I had like my big 80s hair, spandex pink mini skirt on, made him a mixtape. Def Leppard, pour some sugar on me. Thank you. He didn't know what a cassette was. He got so upset when I told him how old I was, but I finally coaxed him out of the corner with the promise of a juice box and a hand job. I know. Pretty sure he's gonna call. Or text, probably. People say, Steph, does that make you a cougar? And I don't like that term. I prefer snake, pretty much. Because I will sit in the corner, cold and lifeless, for the most part. I mean, don't get me wrong. If something young and hot comes over, I will writhe around it and swallow it whole. It's not going to go out on the prowl. I'm too tired for that shit. But if you come over, all right. I'm afraid to say that with Petey in the room. Because there's like stranger danger for kids, but there's stranger danger for women too, right, ladies? Always meet in a public place. Always keep your drink with you. Don't leave it unattended. I get easily sidetracked though. I'll be like, 2 puppies? Oh my gosh. No bad man would have 2 puppies. Yes, I'll get in the van. This is gonna be fun. That's not a puppy, that's a sock puppet. I can see both of your hands too. It's kind of like audience on satellite. You just wait 5 seconds and then you guys get it. All right, I'll get out of here in a second. My friends, when I did start dating, they said, okay, here's what you got to do. In fact, Harrison just said this again, too. You got to take care of the area down there. You should really get a Brazilian bikini wax. I know. And I'm trying to save money, so instead of paying someone to do that, I tried it myself. First of all, I would recommend doing a Pilates class first, just to limber up. And then I tried it, and that hurt so bad that I could only finish halfway. So now it looks like I have a receding hairline. I don't know whether to get Nair or Rogaine. I'm just doing a comb over. That's looking good. Thanks, Ari, so much. Thanks for coming out.
Stephanie McHugh, everybody. Yes, I will pour some sugar on you. Yes, I will. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our headliner, and that is our show. I want to send a big thank you to Ari's Tavern, Eugene, Kenny, and his lovely wife, Maria, all you in the audience. This is when you guys should start building with the applause. I want to thank our sponsor, Budweiser, all you at home watching on YouTshow.com. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the most handsome host, Ben Adams. Thank you very much. There's still plenty of fun to be had. Stick around, have a drink. Oh, the BLT is really good too.